Welcome to the Neely how-to video on how to create a calendar event on the TCU Calendar. On the Neely website, calendar events are displayed from the main TCU Calendar. So for an event to show up on the website, you must first create the event on the TCU Calendar. To do this, open a web browser and go to calendar.tcu.edu. Find the button that says Login/Sign Up and click it. Make sure you click on the very top button, Login with TCU Account. This will open Okta so you can use your TCU username and password. After you have signed in, you should see a button that says Submit an Event in the upper right. Click on this to open the form. There are only a few fields that are required in this form, but many of them are needed. The first field is Event Name. This is what will show up on every list as the name of your event. The next field is Event Description. This can be a paragraph or even more of information. The first part of this will display on the list view and the remainder will be on the Events page. The next field is Status, and the options are Live, Canceled, Postponed, and Sold Out. In most cases, you will enter Live. Of course, the date and time of your event is very important for a calendar. The Schedule section allows you to enter dates very simply, and in the Summary section, it will list out the day, date, time very clearly. When you have the date correct in the summary, click the Include Above in Schedule button. If your event has more than one date or more than one time, enter additional information in the date and time fields and click again on Include Above in Schedule button. It will list all of the dates you have entered in the Confirmed Dates section. You can click on the pencil to edit any of the dates listed, or on the trash can to delete it. The Location section will first ask what kind of experience this is. If your event is in person, it will provide you with fields for place, where you would enter the name of the building, room for the room number, and address. If your event is virtual, instead of building and room number, it will provide you with fields to enter the link to stream the event. If your event requires registration, do not put the link here. There will be a place for registration later. A hybrid event allows both in-person and virtual attendance, so it will provide you with both the building and room fields and the virtual URL fields. The Additional Details section has a field for hashtag. This is not necessary, but if you have a social media hashtag you're using for your event, you can put it here. If your event has its own website, enter that here. Event photos are good to provide if you have one. Images are better than text, so if you have a speaker photo, that would be a great thing to use. Images should be 400 pixels by 400 pixels and have a 50 pixel margin. Anything inside that 50 pixel margin will be cut off by the system. If you do not have a photo, a standard image will be used. The Filter section is important because this will determine where the event will be displayed. You can choose which event type most closely matches your event. This field is not needed. The Target Audience field lets you specify if your event is mainly for a specific group, like students or faculty. This is also not necessary. The Topic drop-down has very broad topics. If you would like to choose one, you can, or you can leave it blank. The Department and Group fields are very important. For all Neely events, from the Department drop-down, please choose Neely School of Business. Then, also choose the department within Neely your event qualifies as. For Neely Fellows, for instance, after choosing Neely School of Business, find Neely Fellows from the list. You'll notice that after you've chosen something from the list, it will be listed underneath. If you choose a department in error, click on the red box to remove it. If your event is for an academic department, like accounting, or an MBA program, like Energy MBA, You will also use the Group field. From the Department drop-down, choose Neely School of Business. For an academic department, you will then choose Neely Business School Undergraduate Studies. Then, from the Group field, choose your department. For an MBA program, choose Neely School of Business and Neely Business School Graduate Programs. Then, choose the graduate program from the group list. You can choose more than one group if your event applies to more than one program. If you have a registration link for people to register for your event, enter the URL in the Ticket Link field. If there is a cost for your event, you can list the price in the Ticket Cost field. When you are finished, click the yellow Add Event button at the bottom. Your event will need to be approved before it is live.